First up this evening, dancehall entertainer Deja Palmer, popularly known as Vybz Kartel, and 3 co-convicts have been given permission to introduce fresh evidence as they challenge their murder convictions.
This follows today's ruling from the Court of Appeal. TVJ's Andrea Chisholm was in court today and now joins us live. Andrea?
Thank you very much, Herman and Doreen. Well, Vybz Kartel and his co-convicts are back in the news again, and this time they're appealing their murder convictions. The courtroom was full to capacity this morning. There was not even standing room. As the 3-member panel, Court of Appeal President Dennis Morrison, Justice Patrick Brooks, and Justice Frank Williams presided over the matter. In 2014, Deja Palmer, popularly known as Vybz Kartel, Sean Campbell, known as Sean Storm, Kahira Jones, and Andre St. John were convicted for the 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams. Vybz Kartel was sentenced to life in prison and has to serve 35 years before being eligible for parole. The Court of Appeal ruled on Monday that lawyers representing the men were allowed to introduce fresh evidence relating to the case.
We think that this is a great day for justice in Jamaica.
Bert Samuels, who represents Sean Storm, summarized some of the arguments made by the legal team.
On the application of QC Nita Robertson, she got the statements that are being used in the Harvard-Tree Parish Court, where the same DPP's office is prosecuting the juror, and there are statements to say that the jurors were listened to the tape recordings by the foreman juror in the jury room, which is scandalous. That ought not to have happened.
Defense attorneys argued that the trial judge should have discharged the jury and declare a mistrial once the matter was brought to the judge's attention. One of the jurors was arrested and charged following allegations that he approached the foreman to swing the verdict in Kartel's favor. That case is still before the Halfway Tree Parish Court.
It may amaze the public to know that Sean Campbell was not allowed to go in the judge's chambers when matters regarding the bribing of a juror was being decided on, and the judge took a decision in chambers behind the backs of the accused persons.
And the Court of Appeal has reduced the 3-week period it initially set aside to hear submissions. Since submissions were made in writing, Justice Dennis Morrison said starting Monday, July 16, each appellant will be given 1 day to make a case. Mr. Samuel said his submission was roughly 140 pages and took issue with the response from the prosecution led by Jeremy Taylor.
Is that 140 pages of arguments, and the DPP has made 1.5 pages of response. That to me is telling. It shows that they have no response to what we have put forward before this Court of Appeal. What that is going to lead to, and I'm no prophet here, I know what is going to happen. He's going to come to court and seek to go outside of his response and catch us by surprise, which we call in law try to ambush us. It won't happen in this appeal, I must tell you.
Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.
Up top, go on, you don't know a Cheddle review once you hear the voice. You see me? There with the next story. Yo, Gaza fans them supposed to be on the edge of them seat right now. The appeal for Vybz Kartel start, and a lot of people are in high hopes. A lot of people believe say him have a strong case and him go free. You see me? So an article was published in the Gleaner today, and the lawyers basically gave a synopsis of what they're going to argue in court for Vybz Kartel. So I'm gonna read the article in its entirety, then I'll give my opinion on it. But before I do, I bought a chip the other day, so you guys can contact me on WhatsApp. You see me? You can contact me on WhatsApp, send me stories or send me any info on have on any stories. When I go do a story, if I want an opinion, I can just link you and send me a voice note and I can put you in my story. So we have a lot of subscriber interaction within my stories. You see me? So that is a new feature I want to include. That's why I get the chip, so that you can contact me. Yeah? So on to the story now. Lawyers for popular entertainer Vybz Kartel are contending that the judge who presided over his murder trial erred when he allowed prosecutors to use text messages and video evidence collected from his cell phone. The assertion are among 16 grounds filed by Vybz Kartel's attorneys, Nita Robertson, and Tom Tavares Finson to convince the Court of Appeal to squash his murder conviction. The attorneys argued that evidence had demonstrated that these had been compromised and contaminated to such an extent that there was more than a reasonable doubt about their integrity as evidence. Kartel, real name Adidja Palmer, was convicted in April 2014, along with fellow entertainer Sean Storm, real name Sean Campbell, as well as Kyra Jones and Andre St. John, for killing Clive Lizard Williams in 2011. They were all given the mandatory sentence of life in prison, with Kartel ordered to serve 35 years before being eligible for parole, while Campbell, Jones, and St. John were ordered to serve 25 years before being eligible for parole. The appeal court is to begin hearing their case today. The 65-day trial, which captured national attention, featured video, text, and audio messages which police investigators claim were taken from Kartel's BlackBerry cell phone. But Kartel's attorneys, in their appeal, pointed to evidence presented during the trial that one of the phones was used several times while it was in custody of the police investigators. They charged, too, that the evidence of tampering was uncontroverted and unexplained. Kartel's attorneys argued that given the importance of the cell phones to the case against the entertainer, prosecutors had a duty to show that integrity of the electronic device was uncompromised. Justice Lennox Campbell, who presided over the trial, was also faulted for allowing video evidence from the phone to be used as evidence. According to the attorneys, the video evidence was highly prejudicial and of little, if any, probative value. By doing so, he invited the jury to speculate about the contents of the video and any possible linkage to the appellants, thereby compounding the prejudice and denying them a fair trial, they argued. Paula Llewellyn, director of the public prosecutions, had no comment for this story. She, however, confirmed that a three-man team led by Senior Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, Jeremy Taylor, will oppose the appeal. So that's the article in its entirety. Basically, what I get from this is the lawyer them want to show out the video evidence and them want to show out the cell phone as well. And I remember back in 2014 when the trial was going on, me a hear say the police them a use Kartel's cell phone while it was in custody. I use it and I send off credit off it and all kind of things. And me I say, so oh, that's still used in a court? That me I wonder at that time in 2014. So them wrong for tamper with the evidence, you see me? But it still did go through in a court, so I wonder why that did happen. Is it that Jamaica justice system different from everywhere else? That it a sure, but that the lawyer them are going to argue, plus the integrity of the video evidence, them are going to argue that as well. What me I hope for is that them give Kartel and him co-accused a fair trial, a fair appeal trial, and hopefully Kartel can get freedom after all these years. You see me? So people, based on what you hear in the article, you think that Kartel will get freedom? Let me know in the comment section. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Chedel Review, at Chedel. Don't talk.